What up, everybody? My name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome to the Wheelhouse. So it has been a while, and I miss you guys. I had to take a break. I have a reason. I will talk to you about it in this video, and then hopefully, now that I'm settled and moved, I will be able to start getting back to the daily grind on YouTube. So if you go back to the video, I'm sad to say goodbye. I was selling my multi-million-dollar waterfront estate. I did sell it. It was creating some gaps in my YouTube schedule because I would work in the markets in the day, and then at night I would record the video, do research, prep charts, and render and prepare the video for the next morning. But with open houses and agents calling with people wanting to look at the house, that was just throwing my schedule off. Finally, we got a buyer. Didn't really take that long. We got a buyer. We went through some negotiation. There were some repairs. I went through all that, had to get all the contractors, which they all rescheduled multiple times on me and were messing with my schedule. I had to chase them for invoices. And then finding a rental was insane, despite the fact that I have a 742 credit score, was offering a year of rent up front and had perfect background history, credit, just everything was in order. It still couldn't get a rental. It was crazy. So we went through a really stressful process of looking for rentals and visiting them, and we just couldn't get in touch with a lot of the leasing agents. And I learned this whole hustle that happens with the property managers. They get somebody that wants to rent, and then they basically say, well, we don't want to show it unless you pay the $40, run your credit, and submit everything. So you're doing all these applications, you're paying the $40, and what they do is they don't really communicate well with you. They basically wait till they get like 100 apps at $40 and they pocket the $4,000, and then at the end of the month, right before the first of the month happens, like within 5 days, they all just call you. And that's what happened to us. We couldn't get a rental, and then we got bombarded with all these people that wanted to rent to us. Again, because all my stuff was in order. So it was quite hectic. I haven't been trading aggressively. I haven't been able to be in my group aggressively, but I have been going in there every day. I do want to apologize for my absence. It was quite the process to sell the estate. I wanted to pull my money to the side, just knowing markets and, including the real estate market. Thought it would be really good to pull my cash to the side, which initially I had bought that home with cash. And then I put a 30-year on it because I was going to stay. And then with all the macro headwinds coming up, I thought, I might lose some of my appreciation and even some of my principal on a luxury estate. I didn't want to start losing $100,000 a month. So, I got to it and I sold it, got my money to the side, got a buyer on my boat. So I'm selling that hopefully this week. And just ready to hit the crypto market, the real estate market, and the stock market at the bottoms. So I do feel like I left you in a good position. I kind of walked you through pretty much everything that happened before it would happen and gave you a synopsis on why I thought it would happen. A lot of those things, if not pretty much most of them, if not all, were absolutely accurate. So, my plan is to just take my time on investing, have a really good portfolio for long term. Okay, a lot of things, they went through a rally recently. They look like they're going to come down, which is fine. I know what it is I want. I know the price that I'm looking for. We'll watch the technicals and see what happens and come in and grab them. And, whether it's a portion of the intended position size and then add to it, whether it's a scale in if it's going up or even a scale down if it drops a little lower, I have plenty of time. These things, when it comes to recessions and capital markets, credit markets, bankruptcies, foreclosures, real estate, these things take time. And my main goal is to pick up some rentals, do some light rehab, new carpet, new paint, get renter in there, pick up several fix and flips, really dial them in, deck them out, put a lot of money into them. But whether it's a rental or a fix and flip, I'm looking for a very low value type of wedge type deal and come in with cash and use a lender, to borrow and put some good rates on there, whether it's owner occ, non-owner occ, or just even the rentals, and get some passive income. So I am always going to be hunting real estate deals. I've done very well with real estate. For those of you who don't know, I was a real estate developer. I also was in lending and have done a lot of things in real estate throughout my life and in the financial services industry, even to the point where we were selling the paper, the loans that we would do, and selling about $40 million a month on the secondary market on Wall Street many years ago. Had a lot of different licenses and very into real estate, stocks, commodities, equities, cryptos, things like that. So I had lost a lot of money in the last recession, about $10 million of my own money. That was a pretty big slap to the face because I was doing really well and I was young at the time. I was 28 and I didn't really understand the gravity of well, I don't think anybody did at my age. That Lehman situation was really intense and it just crushed me. And I was a developer. I had a lot of homes under construction at the time. Nobody could get a loan. It didn't matter if you had like an 800 credit score. They just stopped lending. And values were plummeting. Margins were shrinking. It was just a nightmare scenario. I had multiple other homes at the time, multiple cars. I had rentals. I had a lot of stuff going on. And that ended up just being a total nightmare situation, and I had to dig my way out of that over years to become a millionaire again, and started businesses, became successful with that, and just kind of after the pandemic kind of retired a little bit, and then kind of just went back to what I went to school for, which was economics and finance, and just, I've always loved it. So when that happened in last recession, I had told myself if I ever get it together again and I own a home, if I feel like it's topping, depending on the situation, like if it's a smaller home, I wouldn't recommend selling, but this was a big one and could lose a lot of money. So I told myself I would take my money, pull it to the side, no debt, no margin, just all cash, and be able to pick my spots, because I know that if you buy in recessions on these bottoms, you can make a lot of money if you're willing to hold and you're strategic about it. And this is where fundamentals come into play, guys. So you want to start looking at moats and revenue streams and, obviously accelerating earnings and revenue increases annually. And you want to look at a lot of this different stuff. And we're coming into that phase a little bit more. We're a few months back, 6 months ago, it was just all technicals, but now it's time to be strategic, plot, and you can throw some dividends in there, and it's not bad to even have some indexes in there, and then some really good quality type stocks, and then maybe some value stuff with the low multiples that are solid companies and not going to go bankrupt. So there's a lot there, but I'm going to take my time doing it. I'm excited about it. Now, we had a nice little run from the last time I did a video when I said I had bought the Bitcoin around 18,000 and 19,000. It went up to about 25,000. I can tell you right now that, on the daily here, we just got the red, okay? That's not good. That means it's probably going to come down. I indicated this yellow line as a previous pivot low, which was 20,560. We're about $500 away from that. If we break that low right there, and we get a body candle close below it, we're coming down further. Okay, so you don't need to buy at the beginning of the dip. Wait for it to come down. Okay, I'm not saying sell any crypto or do anything like that. I'm just saying that this thing could end up having another one of these where it comes down. It could double bottom, like I mentioned in a previous video, back to 17.6. Could go further. We don't know. We just need a plan. If you don't have a plan, your plan is to fail. Okay. Now, Bitcoin does look like it's going to come down. It was up at the 25,000. It's all the way down at 21, so it's down 4,000. I'm getting mixed signals. So on the daily, looks like it's coming down. On the 4-hour, definitely looks like it's coming down. See, you got price action below the 200. Your HMA is red. Your ribbon is red. Your cloud is red. And we're coming to that break point on this support, and if we break that support, I suppose our next one, on a local would be 19,163 area. On the hourly, getting a little bit of mixed signals, still under the 200, red ribbon. The cloud is just going red. However, you do have the blue. So what I like to do is think of things in a 1, 2, 3, 4 method. Okay. One being the 200, one being the ribbon, one being the color of the HMA, and one being the cloud. So if this was red right here, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives, which means that the probability of it going down further is much higher. And if the price action is above the 200 and the cloud is blue, and this is blue and this is blue, you have 4 going in an uptrend, and the probability is much higher. So, right here you have 3 negative, 1 positive. That's about a 75% chance that it'll come down in layman's terms. And if you go down here to the 30-minute, which is a nice time frame to trend trade, looks like you're about to get this to go red, and that'll be 4 out of 4 for the short side. And on the minutes, little pump, but a rejection. So little slight mixed signals, but pretty much most time frames are showing that this is going to come down, unfortunately. But I'm looking at that as an absolute positive, personally. I'm looking for everything that I want to come down. Now, you never really know if it's a bear rally or if it's going to make another leg lower. My personal belief is it's going to go lower. Things are subsiding, okay? They are subsiding on supply a little bit, and we've gotten to see some earnings, which is nice. We've had some good ones, some bad ones. We're seeing some speculative momentum going on again out there. Again, I suggest, quality and fundamentals. We're kind of coming into that, and, it's good to look at those kind of things. Know what you want. Like, I always want Tesla, Bitcoin, Ethereum for my long holds, and I don't mind the DCA methodology into those. There's other ones that I really like that are safe and anchors, like Microsoft and Apple. They don't have so much movement and growth, but they also don't have so much movement and decline. So those are good little anchors to have a percentage of your portfolio. And, personally, because, I'm cash heavy and I'm really interested in kind of getting, a maximum value long term, I'm looking to buy some of these bottoms. And, we had a nice rally, but just from here to here was, $8,000 run. So you can imagine, we're still down, 200%, more than that actually. We're down over 200% from its all-time high on Bitcoin. All right, so, and at some point it's going to pass that all-time high, but it's going to go through its phases. And we're still in a primary downtrend. We're still in phase 4, the bear phase, okay? And these rallies are natural, okay? It's very natural for a rally in the bear market. And I had mentioned that for the rest of your life, you're going to have bull runs, you're going to have bear runs. You're going to go to the upside, you're going to go to the downside. That's why it's important to understand technicals and pivot points and how to identify them with rules and conditions for entries and exits, and to protect your money when it's coming down, or to move to the short side if that's what you decide to do, but be directional and have rules and conditions. Now, if this thing comes down to 17,000, I'm buying more Bitcoins, several of them. If it goes way down further, well, for me, that I'm still going to hold what I have, and I'm going to be buying a lot. I'll put a lot of money into that because I am not worried about Bitcoin. I'm not worried about Ethereum. It's a long hold for me. And, I did swoop up more Tesla shares prior to the split, so that'll be nice. And I intend to buy more Tesla if it goes and it drops another $50 or $75 and gets in the 200s. Like, I'll just snap up a lot, and I think that's a good opportunity for the long term. So, what I'm talking about is, I have my cash, I'm selling my boat, sold my house, I'm cash heavy. I'm looking to buy the crypto and stock market, at the bottoms. Right now I'm putting more money in, and I'm just waiting. I'm not looking to pull the trigger quite yet. I'd rather see where this goes. If this goes red and it wants to come down, further and then turn blue, then I would buy more there. So I'm not stressing. This is a long process. It takes time. The time horizon from where we're at to the top of the next bull run can be something like 5-6 years. It can be coming down for, another, it could come down for a little while. It could go sideways for a while, and then it could go up slowly and before it builds momentum. into phase one. So, no rush, no fear. I'm not doing any margin yet. When we are in an official bull run and we've moved out of phase four into phase one and price action on the dailies are above the 200, maybe I should say on YouTube for safety, on the weekly, if the weekly is above the 200 and you have your blue ribbon, price action, everything looks good on a weekly, hey, you've identified a bull run and you're at the beginning of it, right? So that is, something to just keep adding to and keep investing, and you can make a lot of money. I mean, you can take, if you got 100 grand, you can 10x it. You can take 100 grand to $1 million. You can do that slowly. You can do that fast. It really depends on your portfolio and your aggressiveness. And, if you're going to be trading, I am personally looking to do more of a long hold investment for my money and then trade for a firm, which will manage $20 million for them. And I'll do that daily on the side. So that way, because I have a trader's itch, I like to trade. So I'll trade there, and I'll just buy in and out, on my stocks, but more of a longer hold. And if that longer hold only lasts, a month, or once it gets going, it'll be a long hold into probably years. But right now it's still tentative. Anytime that you get this blue one here, it can be a bottom, and I've described that before. So if you bought here, it could have been a bottom, but remember what I said. Usually you want it to break out, and see where it started here. It broke out there, which is a good sign. But the fact that it is got, low price action against the volume and is coming down to a red cloud under a 200, not even rejecting on the 200, just straight rejecting. If you get a body close below here, this 20,600, we'll call it, expect it to come down further, guys. I mean, I'm not seeing anything that's really telling me it's not going to. And it might come down. We might have another rally. It could come down a little bit more. We just don't know. We just have to understand the rules, conditions, and how all that works. But look, it's good to be back. I'm going to be doing a lot of financial videos. I'm actually going to the Charger and Cowboys game with some friends. We're going to be leaving here soon, but I wanted to just knock out a little YouTube video and tell you guys I missed you, and I will be back. And I'm not even unpacked. I'm barely unpacked. I just got the TV up. I got 2 computers here. I got a third one I'm putting in, and I'm getting ready. So I will see you soon, and welcome to the Wheelhouse.